just before you guys get it, that crack right there. So Sarah, love my life, bought me. She said, "I've got you a 6-pack of IPAs. I know you like IPAs, but I got it based off. I don't know what they are. Don't know what the difference is, but I got it based off of looks. Looks good. Looks like a winner." I was
Judge
like,
that
"All
book
right,
by the
yeah."
cover, baby.
You
Do
got
it.
a label by. That's good. I like that.
Yeah.
God, I lost you there. What'd you say?
Oh, I said sometimes you got a label by. You know, you see it.
Wait a
It's like,
minute.
that looks good.
Are you doing to do a reveal, or did you purposely put that to your mouth with a koozie on so nobody? I got it by the way it looks. Looks like this.
Hold on. Sorry, I got to get it out of this. Well, I mean, I might give it away. It's called Enchanted Forest Hazy. D stands for double, and it's a 9.7, 9.1. So if I'm babbling in about 15 minutes, you guys know why.
Yeah. How many have you had?
0. That was my first sip, and I only got one of them. The other 3 down here are a lot more tame, a lot less blood alcohol or alcohol by volume.
You get
Just
through
so
3
you
of
know.
those bad boys, you'll be feeling all right.
I don't. I told her I'm doing one at a time. One, then move on to something else. I had one last night too, and that was it. It's the only beer I had. So
Yeah, those double IPAs, man. They're doozy. Had a couple last time we did the old show, and then I downgraded back to the single version of the hazy. Yeah, but anyway, so you guys watch the news today? Anything fun?
I was gonna say, is the low hanging fruit to discuss guilty charges?
I don't really see anything.
I have no idea. I have no idea what happened, what's happening. I don't know. I think this is, to quote the great General Akbar, it's a trap. They should not. They should not have accidentally found him guilty on all 34 of these charges.
Accidentally.
I don't think anybody. Okay, do you know the rules for what they chose? They were basically able to pick whether he was guilty of one of 3 crimes. They were all magically given the Pokemon power boost to turn into felonies based on campaign finance laws from like 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
So they were all misdemeanors. Again, transformed like the phoenix from the ashes into felonies. They could pick from one of 3 to find him guilty on. They did not need to be unanimous, and basically it was like pick your own adventure on which charge you think he's guilty on. And so apparently, I mean, it could have been like 4 thought he was guilty of this, 4 thought he was guilty of that, and 4 thought he was guilty of that. Yahtzee, all of them. So we're going to find out eventually as this thing goes through the appeal process, like what the fuck he's guilty of. I think that's you know what? When you're going to find an ex-president guilty of a felony, I just feel like you should know what he's guilty of. That might be helpful, especially in a campaign season when you're going to try to nail this guy to the cross before he gets to the ballot box. You should maybe let the American public know exactly what infractions occurred on his watch by him.
Well,
Did they not?
No, I don't know. And I've been watching it from the beginning. I have
Do you
no.
not know, or do you not want to know?
wasn't it? It was hush.
Because I'm fairly certain you can't give out fucking verdicts without having specific charges. So,
Here's the basics. I don't know. Obviously, I can't tell you what all 34 would be, but from like Wes was just saying, from my understanding, it all trickles down from paying off Stormy Daniels for the NDA, which happened to occur before the 2016 election, and now magically 7 1/3 of a year later. Right before that sweet October, right when everybody's getting ready to go put in their names into the hat, they've brought him to trial for all of this, and apparently that's a felony, which is, I don't know. Again, I kind of know, but I don't know specifically because I don't think it's very clear. I don't think anybody specifically knows exactly what he's guilty of, and I feel like we're going to have to find that out over the coming days. And you're going to have to watch 4 different news networks to figure out exactly where in between the truth is.
It's fake crimes, fake courtroom, fake judge, fake jurors,
the documents,
fake bailiff.
Because those are the legal documents. We could just do that instead of do you guys not do that? Do you guys not go to primary sources? I guess is what I'm asking. Like, you're saying we got to watch 5 different. You could just read the court documents.
I've watched experts talk about this case for 6 weeks.
No,
Hold on,
Don't
hold
care about
this.
that. Have you read anything? Like the documents that are publicly available for you to read.
Why? Okay, look, I know you're going to be a dick about this no matter what.
I'm just
Why?
asking the
No,
question. 'Cause I
why are
haven't
you?
either.
No, why are you slathering extra dick meat onto this sandwich? I'm just
Because
asking that.
you're slathering extra cunt meat onto your sandwich.
No,
Like,
I'm saying
like
I.
they just got charged with nobody even knows. No, we know. We just got to read it. That's all. I haven't read it. You haven't read it. We just haven't read it.
I have watched experts in the field of law talk about
You
this for
haven't read
6.
it, is what I'm saying. So you've heard other people talk about it. On which of the 5 news stations did you listen to them on?
I cannot understand. I'm not a legal expert. I can read through. There's plenty of There's plenty of fucking words I can print off the internet that I can read through. I can print off particle physics, and I'm not going to be able to tell you what I just read.
Yeah, but I think people make more out of legalese than it is. You're a very verbose guy. Like, you can read the English language and understand what words mean. Now you're just acting like you don't. Like,
No.
I don't have the legal mind.
Okay, let me finish. Let me finish this. Let me finish this sentence. I have watched legal experts on Fox, CNN, no MSNBC, so I'm just going to say CNN and Fox, and they are confused as to why certain things have happened the way they've happened, why certain charges are being presented one way and not another. They're confused how, again, the super miracle card turned everything into felony counts. They are confused as well. This is their job. So I don't know how, even if I read through the source material, I am going to understand as a layman podcaster mailman.
I don't know. I think we're putting too much stock in. I mean, that's fine if that's the route you want to go. Like, I would just read it. Like, and then, yeah, you could probably connect some dots between what you've heard and what you read and be like, okay, that doesn't make sense.
Again,
That
on a
does
layman's level, he
You know what
paid
I mean?
off. He paid off a porn star to not talk about their sex.
Yeah, but there's more ins and outs to it than that. That's where the money came from.
And that's why he paid her off. You
It's
know?
who the money came, yeah, well, for sure. But you know what I mean? Like, it's who the money came from, where the money came from, what accounts the money came from. That's where I have a feeling like we are not into the minutia of what causes these things to be crimes. But I have a sneaking suspicion that fucking juries don't just fucking convene for months and weeks and then just be like, oh, well, he's guilty of something. We don't know what it is, but he's guilty of something. We're certain of it. You know what I mean? Like, I think we're just, we are not educated. We have not educated ourselves enough, but we can, sans fucking taking the advice of a fucking pundit paid by one of 2 parties to fucking broadcast their opinion, and go to the fucking source material and be like, all right, some of that makes sense. Some of that doesn't make sense. You know what I got? I got fucking legal friends. We have one of them that comes on this fucking podcast. Be like, hey, man, what the fuck's that mean? I hit my lawyer friend up constantly. I'm like, dude, what the fuck's that mean? So we can do this.
I want to hear Wes's take on all of this first.
Well, I'll be totally honest with you. I read a couple headlines as I was walking out the door to work. Since I've left work at just before 6 p.m., I've been to the grocery store, I've exercised, I've cooked. I haven't looked at. I've been internetless, newsless, sportsless, dickless for the most part in the last 3+ hours. So the headlines I read that he was found guilty on 34 separate charges of, again, is it money tampering? Is it taking campaign funds to pay off?
I know
someone that he was having
business records is like a big one.
Okay.
Right? And then, I don't know what the rest of it is. Like I said, I haven't read it. I haven't really paid attention. At this point, I don't. I'm so over our fucking politics that I don't fucking care. I might not even vote, honestly. Fucking, I might, it is what it is. So, sorry, continue.
Well, my take is I'm just curious if there's going to be any time served, which I doubt there will be. It'll just be appeal after appeal after appeal.
Well, I think this is also one of those, this is one of those rich guy crimes, right? Like, no matter what, no matter who it was, this is a crime that you don't go to fucking jail for. You, pay a hefty fine, slide a fucking cool $500,000 to the Boys and Girls Club in New York. You know what I mean?
Take some pictures of you raking some leaves at Central Park.
Fucking, go, serve fucking soup at the Fraternal Order of Police. a couple weekends, good to go. You know what I mean?
This is the
So,
best soup the
yeah.
best soup you ever eat.
So
It's fantastic.
completely removing who the fuck we're talking about, nobody's doing jail time for this shit.
Yeah, but I feel like if you removed who we're talking about, it wouldn't even have been a trial, and I think that's what a lot of. Well, my main point in bringing this whole thing up too, though, is at least on this, like from a strategic standpoint. In Office Space, like they were gonna take fractions of pennies, and that was supposed to create a bank account, and then it worked too well, and they gave themselves a huge nest egg immediately. I feel like this is kind of like politically, this is gonna be what I think they wanted him to be found guilty on, like, I don't know, 5 to 10 of the 34, and then it was like, every fucking thing he did, everything wrong, all of it, and I just feel like if there's some people out there, it was like, it's not a political witch hunt. Let's let the judicial process play out. He'll be found guilty of the crimes he's guilty of, and then we'll make our decision. And then there's some people that are like, well, I think it's a political witch hunt. And then it's like, all 34. I think there's going to be some people that are like, I don't really see him being guilty of all of them. So it starts to look like a political witch hunt.
Wait, weren't there more? Didn't they dwindle this down?
Yeah, I think
weren't there more before they started?
I think a lot of people are confused that there's other trials happening.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but there's other trials for other shit, right? Like, is it more trial? Is there a separate trial related to this specifically?
Not this specifically.
Yeah.
You had the Georgia one, which is now on hold indefinitely. You have the documents case, which is
that's
now
on hold because that judge is like, no, we're not doing anything.
Well, because
I respect her chutzpah, honestly. She's just like, you know what? Fuck it, I'm holding this out.
Well, they staged photos. They put classified. They put
is that what it was?
They laid out documents on the floor, and they put like things on top of them that said classified, and like that's not how they were.
Is that what happened?
100%, yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm just asking, man. I don't follow it as closely as you.
And so they were like, wait, you made it look like these were all classified documents, and you're just saying like you just laid classified leaflets on top of pieces of paper and said, this is what he did. And so they're like, well, now you've kind of tampered with evidence, so we don't think we can try this right now. And so we're not. And so that's...
that was the house raid when they went and picked out all the docs.
There's a lot of convenient fucking things for my man, you know? He's a rich guy, though. This is rich guy justice.
You know, they also had a shoot-to-kill order when they went into Mar-a-Lago?
Every fucking one of those raids is a shoot-to-kill order, motherfucker. That's a raid. If you pop up with a gun and the FBI's raiding your ass, you getting shot. Doesn't matter if you're the president.
I don't think that's necessarily true.
First of all, if you're the ex-president getting raided, we've already gone down a crazy path. We've fundamentally, something's up. And whether you want to say it's a witch hunt or whether you want to say he's a criminal, we've entered fucking uncharted waters.
I think the problem is it's good.
Part of the classified thing was it was shoot to kill, but when they showed up, it was peg on sight. He was getting fucking.
I think the problem with all of this is, Alan, in all honesty, trying to be like a sincere voice of reason here. There's a lot of people that think it's a witch hunt. There's a lot of people that think he's a criminal. I happen to think he's both.
Yes.
And I think when you put if you got enough on him, just go get the enough. Stop trying to get more. And I think they're trying to get blood out of a stone. And I think that there was plenty of blood to squeeze before you fucking started putting the tourniquet on fucking overdrive. And so now that the tourniquet's on overdrive, there's going to be a certain set of people out there that are like, they're going to forget about him being a criminal because it's going to look like a witch hunt. And I'm saying both things can be true at once, but you can't go witch hunting on a guy who's fucking beating you in the polls and expect a better outcome than you're going to receive. And I think this is going to be bad news because they're making him look like he's something that he's not, but they could just show him to be exactly what he is, and they're choosing to do more than they need to.
Well, I think the problem is that, like, everybody knows what he is. All of America knows who the fucking Trump is. But, like, at some point in time, a portion of America said, you know what? He says it like it is. And I like that. And from that starting point, we've gotten to this fucking crazy place. So, hey, we're just gonna keep riding it out, man. Fuck it.
So first of all, I 100% agree with you, and this is where someone would be like, "No, this is you being an independent, and this is where you just ride down the middle on everything." I agree that he's a criminal, and I agree that this is a witch hunt, and this is where they meet in the middle, and they should weed it all out, because like I think we've seen the one I kept thinking of was Clinton with the Lewinsky scandal, and by the way, that she made a public statement that she's voting Republican because the Democrats left a bad taste in her mouth.
Come on.
Okay.
1998 wants its joke back.
Yeah.
Terrible.
It's not getting it back. I stole the motherfucker.
Yeah, that joke kind of blows.
Yeah.
Spit it out. But yeah, the whole Clinton thing reminded me of kind of like this, not nearly as bad, but yeah, the Republicans like, oh my God, here we go. Here's our chance. Fucking drag his goddamn name through the mud. Hold Slick Willie. So, but we can have our opinions about what's happening, what's going to happen, what happened. The fact of the matter is, Alan laid it out right. I mean, this is rich guy justice. He'll serve soup at soup kitchens. He'll rake some leaves in Central Park. He'll do some goodwill things. He'll pay some fines, and come in a few months, he'll be on stage debating with.
Maybe we'll see. We'll see what happens in July. I mean, the worst thing they could do is have him fucking like debating from the brig. Like that would be like he would die. He might even just wear an orange. If I was his campaign manager, I'd be like, wear an orange jumpsuit to the debate. Just wear an orange jumpsuit.
God.
Yeah, but like at that point, we ain't even fucking debating. We're not even paying attention. We're just watching the show. We're reaching idiocracy levels. Like we don't even care what he says anymore. We don't care what fucking other dude says. We're just like, oh look, let's watch one of them shit himself and or fall asleep. Like that's basically what we're at right now. Like we're not listening.
Yeah, your point.
Look, there was a time in America where we'd be like, huh. This guy's fiscally responsible. It's smart. It's good stuff. We should fucking think about the future of America. And at this point, we're just like, poop or sleep, or both. Like, yep. I'll leave it at that.
Pooping and sleep in prison. Bingo.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, RFK Jr.'s the wacko, right? he's
still a whack job, but yeah.
He's on the independent ticket. Do you think he could weasel his way into another one of the three podiums? No.
No, I don't know. Nope. I don't.
We are not built for that. And if anything, the last 8 years has proven even more. Third parties. It's just give it up.
What does he not have that R-Perot had?
I think a certain polling percentage currently. I think you got to be over 12%, and I don't think he's there. I think he's close. I think he's at 9 or 10.
peel that onion back a little bit more. I'm not talking about like just straight up votes. What, charisma? No, well, also back then, like historically, let's just go even further back. There were lots of parties in the country, not just two. So since what? That's fucking 20 some years, right?
We're going on to 32.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Back then, even then, a third party still could get 12-15% of the fucking country to be like, you know what? That guy's got huge ears. I'm about it. Like, you know what I mean? Fucking now it's done. That's done. Nobody gets nothing. It's fucking one or the other. We get two. That's all we get. Like back even in the 90s and the late 80s, you could almost maybe get a really fucking rich guy to be like, you know what? I want to be president. And not be supported by one of the two parties. You can't get it now. It's fucking impossible.
That's a shame. That's a shame. It's a shame. I'm trying to do my P-row.
Fucking politics now, bro. Like they don't make enough money.
It's been so long I can't do a R-Perot impersonation anymore.
I don't even have.
You just got to kind of get down here and you got to be like, listen, you hear that sucking sound? That's the sound of your votes being wasted away to the ether of America.
That feels like George Bushy, though.
Yeah, it's a little bit, but it's sped up, and it's got a little bit of dwarfism in there.
You know what?
Tiny man.
You know what's strange? Like now that I think about that age-wise, the show All That on Nickelodeon, which was like a SNL-y type thing for kids. One of the girls on there did a Ross Perot fucking
Wow.
like character, which was for a kids show, like 10, 12 years old, doing Ross Perot fucking sketch comedy. It's pretty
Dude,
next.
I gotta say, man,
Yeah.
the balls on Ross Perot and the bank account, like he bought, I think for all three networks. I could be wrong on the all three network thing, but he bought like a half-hour block from like 8 to 8:30 on like a Friday night to go over his entire platform, and he did it with fucking like from a desk with like charts, fucking pie graphs and shit. It's like, hey, see right here, this is the percentage of money that you're currently sending to Mexico. Now this right here is the percentage of money you're gonna be sending to Mexico, and it's just like, Jesus Christ, okay, like he made it so, dude. It's so funny in retrospect. Ross Perot would have been a great president. Not exactly like, I mean, you look at him, he didn't meet the mold. Ron Paul would have been a great president. I've been watching old Ron Paul clips where they were making fun of him, like for like having crazy ideas about ending foreign wars and getting rid of the Federal Reserve and backing our money with something other than magic sticks and fucking wind whispers. Like he wanted to actually, and I'm like, Jesus, he sounds so sane in comparison. But now he's 90, and we lost our fucking chance. Or did we?
Why is he still alive? Isn't that why Kennedy died? He was talking about getting rid of the reserve.
Yeah, but he didn't make. Yeah, well, if he had made it to the convention, he wouldn't have made it out of the convention.
It was the greenback, right? That was the whole conspiracy. He was going to get rid of that or something.
No, he just wanted the money to be backed by like gold or some other like tangible commodity that is, not made,
like just
made up.
The power of our money.
Right.
Like we basically like our money's worth our money because it's our money. America. It's very arrogant of us, honestly. It's great. That's honestly one of my favorite things about us. It's like, why our money's good? Because it's ours. Okay? Fine. Don't worry about it.
This
Don't
fine
fucking
little
worry about it. We're not going
right
to
here.
default on our own money because we make the fucking rules. So shut up.
By the way, I don't know if it was like a psyop by the History Channel, but like they did a whole thing like what makes America valuable? And they broke us down from like natural resource perspectives. And they like estimated basically if America went to the local county courthouse and they had to do a fire sale, like, and other countries got to just like bid and pick and choose, we would be worth more than our current national debt, which is why we still get to borrow against ourselves.
Yeah.
They were like, look at all this timber. At $8 a board foot, America is worth $14 trillion in lumber alone.
Yeah.
Let's go further. The Great Lakes.
Yeah, like you got to keep in mind, at one point in time, a president was like, you know what? We got a lot of beautiful country out here. We should preserve some of it so future generations can lay eyes on it and see the majesty of America. And we're kind of slowly getting to the point where, like, fuck it. That shit's worth a lot of money. We should just cut all that down. So it's coming full circle, really, if you think about it. Tons of natural resources.
Let me tell you something. From someone who's driven across country, and Murray, you have as well, but I know you were quite
Southern
a bit
route.
further south than I was. Yeah, I was right through the heartland. Somewhere around western Nebraska, all the way to Utah, there's nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely nothing. No farmland. All government owned. Just it's tough to say. It's like rock with a little bit of greens poking through. You get a couple dust towns or whatever the hell you would. I mean, Cheyenne, Wyoming. Okay, first of all, I don't want to like for all of our listeners in the
capital, right?
the capital city of Wyoming. Yeah, we were there. And they said, "Oh yeah, we're trying to find somewhere to eat." And I'm like, "Well, most stuff closes down around 9 p.m." I was like, "What?" They're just like trying to find a burger and a beer. Like, yeah, there's the pork house off the highway. It was like a total tourist trap. And I thought, Christ, man.
I know. Yeah, that sounds like less than a tourist trap and more of like a trap. General Akbar.
I thought it was gonna be worse. I thought you were about to be like, Cheyenne, capital city of Wyoming, still has a general store. You could get fucking, snake oil and various tonics.
Right.
Yeah. Gee,
Yeah, it's
man,
pork.
America's fucking huge, man.
Porkhouse USA. Yeah, but once we got to, I want to say, like a certain part of the Rockies in Utah, it started to get a little bit not necessarily greener, but just more habitable, less just
Jazzy.
desolate. Yeah,
Just cool.
yeah.
Easier. Yeah.
Yeah, I just remember driving through the Panhandle of Oklahoma, and I got pulled over in Goodwell, Oklahoma, for the crime. Yeah, I know for the crime of driving with an out-of-state plate.
Oh, you didn't
Notice
have
you
the
have
Oklahoma plates?
notice you have a Maryland license plate on your car. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm driving back to Maryland. Huh? Why are you driving this way? I looked at a map. It looked like this is exactly how this conversation went. I looked at a map. This looked like it was quicker without being on the highway. And he goes, "Hey, Dave, hey, this one says this is a quicker route than the highway." I was like, "No, that's not what I said." I said, "That doesn't sound right to me." Yeah, it doesn't sound right to us. I was like,
Okay.
"Okay." He's like, "Why don't you go sit in my car for a minute?"
No.
I'm like, "Yeah, well, again, you're in Goodwell, Oklahoma."
I mean, you should have said it, not me, motherfucker. You white.
This is not one of those towns. Yes, you're right. You probably would have gotten a different treatment than I did.
Yeah.
However,
they asked me that question.
I still feel like I got plenty of the treatment. All I could see was the whitehead on this guy's fucking chin, ready to explode, and then I, to the rhythm of my own heart, fucking beating, just boom, 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 boom. I'm gonna get you. Yeah, they searched my car. They threw everything I fucking owned out into the middle of the fucking road, and then when they didn't find anything, they just like, all right, you have a good day, and then I had to repack my car.
There are some places that should just be fucking carpet bombed.
Yes, that's why I will always remember Goodwell, Oklahoma.
Goodwell, Oklahoma. To all of our listeners at these fine cities, we apologize. We love you. We love you.
And
I don't apologize at all.
And I made the
fucking Nowhereville. It's your fault.
apparently I made the sin. I guess I thought we had crossed the border like into Kansas or something, and I was like, he's like, "Do you know where you are?" I was like, "Are we in? Did I cross into Kansas?" He's like, "Kansas. This is Oklahoma." I was like, "Oh,
Okay.
okie dokie, Officer Dickbag."
Same, Cletus.
I thought it still smelled like shit. Thanks for reminding me. Middle class hoes, everyone. Foxman, Alan, and Murr. Thank you for going down that trip down quasi memory lane to the Ross Perot route, and we'll see what happens to old Donald Trump and his convictions, and more convictions presumably to come. Come being the operative word. Every time I say that, his name and something in come, boy, I can't help myself. Do you guys have anything else before we jump into this 19 things that people pretend to like?
Not really. I just want the world to understand that, like, we see what's going on. Some people are okay with it. Many of us are just not. And take that for what it's worth. What's happening is just not okay, and we should all be
Most
mad
people
about
don't
it.
even know what it means.
I know. Yeah, I agree. I'm frustrated. I'm just frustrated.
Oh.
Okay. All right, okay. I do want to move on, but I do want to say my mom called me, like, on my way home from work, giddy as a fucking schoolgirl. It's like, all 34, all 34. I was like, all right. She's like, oh, what are you surprised? I was like, I'm not surprised by anything. I was like, I do care, but not in the way you think I do. I was like, this is concerning. What's concerning? He's an idiot. He deserves to go to jail. I'm not going to argue with you about this. I just hope that you understand there's probably more to meets the eye than what you think this is. And it's just not cool for anybody.
I think it's fascinating, and this will be my last statement, but, like, both sides think that what's happening is an affront to democracy, but for totally different reasons. Like,
Yeah.
Like, one side's like, this is a fucking witch hunt. DOJ did that, even though it's a state trial. The other side's like, fucking, look at him. He's not even going to go to jail. He's still fucking jawing about the judge, and they don't do anything to him. If that was me, I'd be in jail. You know what I mean? He's just
Man's
fucking,
he's criminal.
he's just spitting in the face of the rule of law. the party of law and order. So both sides think this is the end of democracy, and both sides are fucking right. It's happening. We just don't know which way it's going, honestly.
Yeah. And you got a small subsection of that says that idiot he had to pay to have sex with someone that hot, and when fucking 90% of the public would have to do that for her now.
I don't know though. I mean, let's be real here. Is Stormy Daniels really upper echelon fucking porn star? Like, are we paying hush money to Stormy Daniels mid-campaign when you've already fucking said the things you've said? Like, honestly, nobody cares. What would you pay hush money for?
Well, okay, let's back up a tick. I don't think I have the money to have sex with Stormy Daniels. I don't think I could put myself in the position to have hush money.
Hypothetically, I was just saying, you have the money to have sex with Stormy Daniels. Would you pick not Stormy Daniels? Like, what's on the same echelon as Stormy Daniels? You know
That's
what I mean?
a good point.
Like,
That's a good
you
point.
get like Jenna Jameson out of retirement.
Well,
like,
you do have to, but you also have,
Patrick still in business. What's going on there? You know.
well, I mean, I do think
were
you
in
also,
my wheelhouse too.
I think you have to understand, like, did you marry Pamela Anderson today, or did you marry Pamela Anderson when you were Tommy Lee? You know what I mean? Like, there's there's varying degrees, because supposedly this took place.
Hepatitis or not hepatitis? Got it. Yeah.
See, that's a hepatitis joke.
Yeah.
So this is Stormy Daniels 2004, and so yeah, I think at the time she was a
2004 Stormy Daniels.
Yeah, that 20 years ago, I think it's a different animal altogether.
Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me. She never did it for me.
Me either. But but
I get it. Yeah,
she was all like fake and enhanced, which
yeah.
I feel like is like that's Trump's thing.
That's his thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
I bet you Trump got a hot tip from Ross Perot. This guy got a real good firecracker out here. Good premium price too.
You hear that sucking sound?
It's a real workhorse.
That ain't Mexico.
Hilarious.
Yeah, nothing funnier in the year 2024 than fucking old Ross Perot quotes.
Opus ought to have a real hoop with this one. Not trending.
Ross Perot. He's been dead before the word trending fucking existed.
I actually looked it up. 2019 is when he passed away.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, good for him.
Yeah. 1930 to 2019. Good long life.
God, Lord. All right. Way to go, Ross. It's a shame. It's a shame. An American hero that didn't, you know what? Sometimes we don't know who our heroes are until it's too late.
Yeah. My dad's hero was Barry Goldwater. Remember that guy?
Yeah, I do.
It's all right. It's before all of our time, but okay. 19 things. I don't know if I'm going to get to all of them, or at least all of them within grave detail, but 19 things people are convinced others only to pretend to enjoy. So they think, hey, I enjoy these, but they don't, but they pretend to. So first on the list, LinkedIn. LinkedIn is an adult career version of those dumb discussion boards you'd had to do in college. Everyone on that site acts like they want to participate on LinkedIn, but everyone knows it's bullshit. I refuse to participate in that, and I still get hired. So I don't know. I'm a loose LinkedIn guy. Alan, you're a little more plugged into the LinkedIn community than I am, but I don't know. I don't like LinkedIn. I'll flat out say I don't like it. I don't participate in it. I don't like quotes. I don't post.
I've seen Alan's LinkedIn posts. I know what Alan's doing, and I agree with what Alan's doing on LinkedIn. But
what am I doing on LinkedIn?
Your whole job is like networking, and you're doing a great job of networking on LinkedIn. But I wouldn't say if I called Alan like as soon as he fucking posted and be like, "Hey, did you enjoy that experience?" He'd be like, "Fuck you." I did what I did.
Actually, yeah, let you know a secret. I work for a fucking, mega conglomerate. So there's a whole fucking website where I basically just link my LinkedIn to it, and then I can go in and be like, fire alarm, and it'll pop out all of this already pre-made fucking content under my fucking that particular trade that I want to sell, and I could just be like, oh, look at that advanced smoke detection. That's interesting. Click, share that to my LinkedIn, and it just does it for me.
See?
Wow.
See? I know, and you know, Wes, somebody that owns a business that is frequently on LinkedIn, and they enjoy it way too much. It has become part of their identity.
Yeah.
Randon Bodgers.
Oh, fucking Christ. Yeah. That's
really really hit that one.
it is just it's smiles, it's ear to ear grins that are fucking just like, come on, man. There's a smile that you have in the backyard with a beer and a grill and either your family and some friends, and you're like, I'm enjoying myself. Then there's that LinkedIn smile. It's like, gotta get more of that teeth to show these people I mean business and I'm having fun.
Let's do
Fucking
high-res
God.
black and white. Smile. What does that mean? Symmetry, meaningfulness, intelligence,
That's right.
Jesus.
LinkedIn, enthusiasm.
Yeah, like all of my shit's like very purpose driven, and like I have maybe one or two, like if I'm at a cool networking event and like I got a cool view of the city, I'm like, ooh, networking up here, fucking peons. Like, you know what I mean? Look at this view. Like that's the only time I ever do anything. I had never post myself, almost pretty much fucking never.
Well, there you go. And again, anybody who claims they enjoy their LinkedIn experience, like, fuck you. LinkedIn is like, it's like dessert for work. That's what it is.
Yeah. It's
Christ.
a socially acceptable Facebook for you to surf, like while you're that, like boss is coming up behind you, be like, oh yeah, I'm just posting some content on LinkedIn. That's right, yeah, just expanded my network. Thanks, boss. You ain't doing shit. You're looking at your butt. Oh man, Brendan went golfing. Damn, I didn't get that invite. That sucks. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just sitting there and be like, oh damn, I would have gone to that. Like,
it's a discreet way to look up hot women or hot men, depending on what your thing is.
Oh, yeah, they work for so and so. Operations coordinator. It sounds like that's cool. Like,
I need a made-up job title so bad.
yeah, dude. Gotta get some more smile pictures. I mean, the fake ones too. Like, there you go. Look at that.
oh yeah, that's good. That's good right there.
That's LinkedIn ready.
That's
Fucking
perfect.
Flash it all over. Yeah.
You need a wide shot of you like with that smile, but like just dropping like 2 envelopes into a box. Like full action shot. Like, yeah, exactly. Yep, perfect. Hilarious.
Then do an acronym for community. Yeah.
God.
Community. Jesus Christ.
I can't do that. I can do smile on the spot, but I can't.
Yeah,
I can't Gary
think about
Busey you fucking community right now.
Next up is for the ladies, and I tend to agree with this. High heels, they look great, but God, my feet. I mean, this is like every time Sarah puts them on, I'm always thinking, how long are you going to wear those? How long are we going to be out? How long are you going to be on your feet? Are we going to be taking Uber to and fro? What are you wearing these for? You look great without them. Just more or less like a vetting process for her to convince her to not wear them. But ultimately, it's her choice. And fucking high, like they just they do look good, but goddamn, within an hour, you're fucking miserable.
I think high heels are designed to convince strangers of something you're trying to push towards them. I don't know, like you're trying to convey a message to strangers, like super, like, come on, it's a sex appeal thing. That's all it is.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Outside of that, I like a good like milkmaid / summer dress with fucking sneakers. I think that looks better than high heels.
Yeah.
My opinion.
No, I'm with you because like Kelly doesn't wear heels.
What'd you say?
Kelly wears fucking tennis shoes. Yeah.
Does it have to be the milkmaid?
What the milkmaid dress? You don't like a milkmaid dress?
Milkmaid dress, bro?
Come on, man.
Like
Maybe I'm drawing a blank on the milk.
A little Amish churning butter.
Yeah, dude. A milkmaid dress is essentially a summer dress, but it's like completely square, like so square across the chest and then up over the shoulders.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
You learn something new every day.
Yeah, right?
You gotta, if your lady's got an ample chest, it's not a bad look.
Yeah. Essentially, a milkmaid dress is basically like what you would think of like a German waitress to be wearing without the corset.
There you go.
Dig it. Yeah, and some sneaks and Doc Martens, right?
Yeah, give me some Doc Martens. I'm okay with that.
The Doc Martens, they're kind of like toeing the line for me. I like a good old fashioned pair of Keds. Those work well.
Oh, real fucking trad wife. Got it. I like it. I feel it though.
Or no, but some straight up like clean Air Force Ones.
I
like
thought it was gonna be like some fucking K Swiss. It's like weird. Okay.
No, but some good Air Force Ones, like with a
Crispy ones.
yeah.
Yeah, not this. These white girls be wearing some dog ass ones. It's crazy to me. I don't know how they do that.
Make it match, man. Make it match.
Next up, they're easy to match. I know we're going to differ on this. I know we're not going to agree, but family Christmas and Thanksgiving gatherings. I am fortunate to have a wonderful family with no embarrassing relatives, but it is exhausting to pretend to be in a good mood and have to force holiday cheer for several hours. I mean, it's either one of you guys want to chime in before I get rocking and rolling.
Wait, what were you saying? What was it again? Sorry.
Being basically forced to show holiday cheer at family gatherings.
Oh, I don't play that game.
Yeah, and I don't think you should.
No.
I think that it's bottom line is I truly believe in this era of like basically secular holidays, secular Christmas, secular Thanksgiving. Like people aren't fucking saying their prayers. They ain't Hulk Hogan in their Christmases and shit anymore. I think it is great to force yourself to be in the room with family, whether you're getting along or not. I just think it's a good tried true tradition to just be in the room with the people that make you. That's it. You don't have to be in a good fucking happy smiley fucking mood. If that's your first, how many uncles? Well, see, I had one uncle. I don't know anything about him except he knew how to give a fucking monster Charlie horse. That's about it. That's about it.
That's a talent. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, he could dead leg you fucking from across the room, and that's all I knew about that guy.
It makes sense, but I like it.
But you know what? I mean, but at least like when they're gone, you can be like, you remember that one Christmas that this happened? Like, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, see, I'm the opposite. We've at this point we don't even do like big family Christmas. Like half the time I'm fucking out of the country because fuck it. Like so. I mean, I guess I kind of get what you're saying, but nah, I'm good. I'm good on that. I've already done it, and we don't have like, at this point, it isn't like some giant like family affair. It's like, it's just us. We ain't growing. There aren't any new uncles giving Charlie horses. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. So we all kind of just do our own thing these days, which is nice. Which I think is actually I fucking quite enjoy it because then I don't have to deal with the stress of it.
Yeah, but what I'm getting at is you don't need to stress. I just think the act of being in the room with these people is enough, and I do think you should kind of almost hold yourself to account to be in the room with the people that make up your existence. And I think it's a good tradition to have. But Wes, you've got a much better family than most.
So I was going to say, like, I understand that this it's not a unique situation. It's just different from what you guys are explaining. Like I look forward to my family's gatherings like this. I have cousins that are my age. I have older cousins. My aunts and uncles most of them aren't with us anymore. But it's about 3 to 4 hours of a joyous, good time with jokes, telling old stories. There's a younger constituents now that are kind of growing up, that are well behaved, that can enjoy themselves. It's a fun time. I look forward to it. It's not forced. We bullshit. Christ, I dressed up as Cousin Eddie at the last Christmas party, and that was a fucking hoot. They kept calling me Uncle Eddie. I was like, I'm fucking Cousin Eddie, idiots, you illiterate National Lampoon fucks.
Well, technically, he was not their uncle. You're right. Okay, you win this round.
He's a cousin-in-law.
Yeah, pretty much.
So, next up, I don't play. I haven't owned a video game system since Sega Dreamcast, so take my opinion on this for what it's worth. A lot of mobile games and multiplayer games, specifically, the people have convinced themselves that they're enjoying it when it's really just become a habit. Some games are so good at getting people into a habit loop. I'm not excluding myself here. I have a game that that I know I don't really enjoy. It's like a cost, keep it heavy, logging on every day. I'm just
Could
paraphrasing
you read
here.
this with any more contempt? Is that possible?
I don't know, man. This is like a run-on sentence. They fucking like. I have one game that I know I don't really enjoy anymore, but sunk cost and habit keep me logging on every day.
Yeah. I've got a
That's
game
all
like
it
that.
is.
I've got Toon Blast on my phone thanks to Ryan Reynolds. It's like, well, if Ryan Reynolds is endorsing it, I should probably check it out and see what we got. And I still play it. I probably play it like 3 times a week. Usually, like when I have like a 5-minute little break on the side of the road, I get on there. It's got a little bit of skill to it, so I do kind of, sort of, maybe. It's a good time waster / enjoyment thing, but yeah, it ain't fucking like. It ain't Madden 97, you know what I mean?
Fair.
Yeah, Alan, I mean, you game a little bit more than us. So
Yeah,
in
but
the
not
opinion.
any like phone stuff. I don't have any of that stuff. But like, if
Oh,
yeah, I don't really do that all that often. Like, I'm trying to think. Actually, that's a lie. I do have one that's called Pickle Pete. Uh, and you just got to survive waves of kind of pickle themed villains. Uh, and you and you and you upgrade your weaponry each round based on how many like not I don't know what the currency is. I'm just gonna call them pickle chips for sake of comedy.
Fine, that's
Uh,
fair.
so yeah, however many of those you pick up, you can buy like upgraded guns and stuff to get you through the waves, and you gotta get through 10 waves. So I play that from time to time, but no, I don't really do a whole lot of phone stuff.
That is the most first world problem. Like, we talk about first world problems, like I had to go downstairs to get my bottled water out of my other refrigerator. You know, this is like, wow. Yeah, I guess occasionally I'm forced to play Pickle Pete where I have to battle pickle-themed villains.
and then pay for pickle weapons with beer battered and deep fried pickle chips that I win by defeating said bosses of the pickle rounds.
True. That's exactly how that happens.
Mr. Pickleopolis is out there just trying to ruin my day.
He's basically the Bowser of pickles.
Yeah.
But I got to admit, sometimes I relish playing that game.
Yeah, maybe you guys are looking for something to kill a little time. Look up Pickle Pete.
There we go.
But I honestly think about Candy Crush. Remember, that was a huge deal for a minute.
Sure.
And then everybody was like, started paying money for power-ups, and they were like, well, I'm so invested. I mean, I've still got all this candy cash. I gotta fucking use it. And then they just fucking got into a habit of doing it. They really don't enjoy it. They just feel like part of their life's missing if they don't open the app.
Yeah. I was actually, there was a period where I was manually changing the time on my phone
Yep.
to get more coins or whatever, more plays.
Well, you could reset like your lives so that it was like. But I remember we were doing that for a point, and it was like we had to like scroll forward to like the year 2050, like just to fucking get 10 more lives.
Not advisable. Edible arrangements. Fruit is good, but edible arrangements either have to be eaten quickly, taken apart, to be stored in the fridge, or thrown away. Yeah, I agree. I mean, like unless you're bringing it to a party where you know nearly most, if not all of it's going to be consumed. Otherwise, yeah, it's kind of whack, kind of bunk.
40 chocolate dipped star-shaped kiwis. You shouldn't have.
Yeah.
Fruit pickles. Have you been playing Pickle Pete?
Pickles. Damn.
Well, I had to burn my pickle pennies or they would have expired.
God, there should be an add-on to that. I'm gonna have to write somebody.
That joke's gonna linger for the next like 10 minutes. I've never done one of these. I've wanted to try one, but basically ice baths.
Okay, I don't like this one. I read this one earlier. I went through the whole list. Spoiler alert. So you're not supposed to like an ice bath. I've done them. They're hell on earth. But it's like taking medicine back in the 80s before they fucking put flavoring in them. Like, you have to just suck it up. Like that's almost part of the appeal. Like the suffering is kind of part of like what you're doing it for. It's like, if this thing that I'm forcing myself to do is the most difficult part of my day, then my day is not going to be difficult at all. Because if you get into fucking 38-degree water and fucking for 2-3 minutes, I can tell you right now, there's not going to be a challenge in your day that's more difficult than that.
Yeah, I can listen. And I also know that the benefits from a physical standpoint, especially if you're like, labor and injuries, or you just get done working out, or, long, intensive physical exhaustion, things like that. I'm not exactly sold on some of these. I won't call them witch doctors, but folks who say like, oh, there's all these health benefits. Lowers your blood pressure, lowers your glycogen levels, makes you more aroused, makes you more
makes your taste
more
more
sterile. What's that? Yeah. Makes your dexterity better for pickle patrol or whatever this game Alan plays. Some of that stuff I'm kind of like, all right, man, like what? Where's the data behind that? But I understand what you're saying. No, it's not enjoyable, but the idea is you do it, and then subsequently thereafter your day is enjoyable. It's a mental hurdle.
Yeah, that's it. But the only reason you're doing it is because it's difficult and you don't like it. So I like. The whole idea of this article is like things that people say they like, but they really secretly don't. It's like, no, I don't like it. I do it and I don't like it. I'm telling you straight up, I do this thing that I don't like, but I do it because I don't like it, because then I like other things that I don't like during the day.
Well, okay. I'm going to skip one because it goes into one that I basically, I think piggybacks off what you're talking about, running.
Yes.
I run a few times a week. I don't like running. But I know that it's helping me. I know that it's good for my heart. I know that it's good for my body and my muscles and pretty much everything about me. But when I'm done and I'm taking a shower, I'm like, that was great. Good job, Wesley.
Yeah.
That sucked. You were miserable.
For me, it's more of the mental pride I feel for accomplishing the thing that I didn't really want to do. And I can tell you right now that I don't want to run. And I've run 155 Ks this year. I don't like any of them. That's 150 times I did something I hate to benefit me, hopefully later in life.
Yeah. Good on you guys. Fuck that.
I'm just over here on LinkedIn.
And look, it's not because like I don't want to take care of myself or something. I just am staunchly against running. It's fucking terrible for you. Terrible for your body. I can get the benefits of running by not running. Like there are bicycles, there are fucking ellipticals, there are plenty of other ways to do it without grinding my fucking kneecaps into dust. I'm good. I'm perfectly fine. Kudos.
I don't do it a bunch. I mean, I do play soccer a couple times a week.
I was like, you do a sport that's running.
Yeah, I'm the idiot here, because at least, as you run, Wes, you're training your body to be better at the thing that you like to do, which is play soccer.
Yeah.
I'm just...
Yeah, this guy's just fucking running.
Yeah, I'm just in perpetual training mode. Like, what are you training for? I don't know. And I've said that to people 1,000 times. Like, well, yeah, what are you getting in shape for? Life. I don't know. I wish.
What are you training for? To fucking not walk by the time I'm 70, because this is what I fucking chose to do with myself. Fucking, dude,
artificial hips and knees.
Dude, we have bad friends. They fucking they run 5Ks and half marathons and shit. And like they would tell me that shit. They're like, "Oh, I got a race this weekend." I'm like, "Oh, you paid again to run? That's fucking stupid." But hey, man, do you think? Good for you. Get over that Chesapeake Bay Bridge, you fucking moron. Like,
I just would say, I thought I was exaggerating when I say I've run 155 Ks this year. I have literally run 100. Like, the literal number is 155 Ks.
Damn. Right. Good stuff.
Damn, not really.
Look at you.
Look at me.
This one, I like for online dating at least, hiking as a first date. Who the hell enjoys that?
It's terrible, but if you're like, like I would be like, no. But if I was like a fit person, you know what I mean? That was it. Like, and I enjoy hiking. Yeah, Yeah, I'd be like, it's not bad. Depends on what.
I think that's. I was gonna say that I think that might be more cultural or more, you know, like
Also,
area that you grow in, like Oregon, Washington,
yeah.
Northern California, parts of
Also,
the
who's
country. I mean,
propositioning who? You know what I mean? Like, am I being like,
Ooh.
hey, let's go on a hike through remote? I know a nice trail. It's remote. So, you know what I mean? Like, or is it the girl be like, we should go on a hike? You'd be like, all right, cool, fuck it.
Yeah,
go.
you know what? Okay, again, just hypothetical. I'm a single man. Blah blah. Girl invites me on a hike. Like you have no choice but to say yes. You have.
Yeah,
to
you
go on a
have
hike.
to go.
100%.
Yeah.
Like you ask a girl on a hike. Now we get back to the man bear fucking
Yeah.
question.
Like, I'm fucking good. Can I bring a friend? You know what I mean?
But well, I think you're right, Wes. I think it's a cultural thing. I think if you asked, if you're from Baltimore City,
Yeah.
you're like, hey,
you
wanna
could
go on a
no. First of all, there are like 4 or 5 trails
Yeah.
within a half-hour radius of where I'm sitting right now.
Yeah, there
It's not like there's not trails now. I get what you're saying. Like, let's say Vermont. Yeah, that's a little,
All those
a little
fucking
bit
nerds
different.
do. Yeah, that's
Right.
Well, there's nothing else to do.
But I do feel like that's a good way to like. It's like coffee with exercise, you
Yeah.
know, because otherwise you're just talking. All you can do is talk on a hike. Hey, look at that! There's distractions around you that you can point out. Like, look at that whippoorwill over there.
Yeah. No, that's 100%. Like I didn't get that far, but yeah, like I think that's good if you're legit trying to like go on a date and get to know someone. Well, you ain't doing much but fucking breathing heavy and talking. So, yeah, fucking go for it. It doesn't sound like a bad idea, you know. Just depends on how it's sold, I guess.
And I'll tell you what, if I'm a dude, like I know me, like if I saw you like struggling to get across like a little stream, like rock to rock, and it's like this ain't fucking Ninja Warrior, like let's go, you know, like if you can't, that'd be kind of a turnoff, like really, like you can't accomplish that very menial task.
For a minute, I thought she's like, I'm going to be a gentleman. I'm going to help him. It's like, no, I'm sitting here judging them. Like, yeah, damn, you kind of suck.
I mean, I might do this, like the palm up, like my hands here if you need it kind of thing. But if you do need it, there's not going to be a second hike.
That I did not invite you on.
IPAs. You guys in the mood for a cool glass of bread? I don't know. I disagree. I'm an IPA drinker. I don't pretend to like IPAs. I don't. But you know, I understand. It's a culture thing, I guess.
Well, okay, what's what's a Guinness? I can't remember. It's a
Stout.
A stout. See, to me, the stouts are the loaves of bread. Like IPAs, in my opinion, are like hops gasms for these fucking brewers. Like, how much hops can we fit in here before it fucking gels? Like, and I don't like those. I only like I drink this hazy IPA because it's a good fucking beer. Period. But like, when they just put hops in a beer to make it like how much can I make it taste like a pine tree? Like, kiss my ass. That's just a bad beer.
Yeah, but not many places do that anymore. That was like when craft beer first started craft beering. That's the IPAs you got. You got like the Sierra Nevadas. You got all West Coast IPAs. So basically you were fucking eating a pine cone. You know what I mean? Then you got more into fucking these East Coast joints. And it's still hop to fuck, but their hops are not floral. They're citrusy. So then you get those juice bombs.
Yeah.
Like that hazy IPA that you have it's citrus hops.
Yes.
It's probably Citra and fucking like Galaxy or some shit. And it's all juicy. So totally different. Same exact beer style though. Get that juice. Get that juice.
Yeah, squeeze it out.
You know, people who pretend to like juicy hops.
Them juice bombs.
Yes.
Used to call them juice bombs in the beer industry.
There was a craft beer place, and they got their hops, and it was like, apparently this company they got their hops from also grew, like, at the time, because we had straight up weed.
Yeah, I mean, that's all hops is.
I know. I didn't know that, hops is a cannabis.
Yep.
It's a cannabis adjacent. It's cannabis's cousin.
Yeah.
And that's why you like sometimes you're like,
It smells like it, yeah.
you sure that's what that is? Because they would have a whole fucking room.
And if you look at hops, they're just fucking big fat nugs.
Yeah.
Like if
Yeah.
you get like raw hops.
It makes me
I
wonder what
like I've
happened.
seen saw a few like Coors commercials where guys were grabbing hops and like, yeah, choice hops, and like really? Oh,
Those are the kindest of buds, sir.
Seems a little. That's right. Look at that. I was going to say something else. Yeah, I don't know. I like IPAs. Next up, The Office, the TV show. It's okay and all. I don't think it deserves the cult status it has. Some people have to be faking their enthusiasm for fear of being ostracized from their social groups.
I feel bad for those types of people. Look, bottom line is like The Office is either there's really no two ways about it. You either love The Office or you don't watch The Office. Like that's it. Either you don't get it, which is fine, or you love it. You don't get it or you love it.
I disagree. I'm in somewhere in the middle. I think I've seen roughly somewhere between like a third to half the episodes. I enjoy it.
Middleest guy we've ever met.
would
My favorite color's gray. Like
You're allowed to
Gray
not
and black. There's a little bit of white.
I feel like you're allowed to have that stance on The Office like after Steve Carell left.
yes.
Okay.
But before Steve Carell exiting the show, I do feel like you're either a cultist or you just don't get it.
Yeah.
It's okay. Here's the thing. Like, okay, every time I see a Sparrow, I say that's my favorite pizza joint in all of New York City, right there. So
Great.
I think if there was a marathon on, from where you're describing your stance, I think we could turn you into an Office superfan.
sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't disagree. Some of this just has to do with my like limited bandwidth on certain things. This is the question I do ask people a lot. Is it Parks and Recs or The Office?
Ooh. So I think I'm an overall bigger Parks and Rec fan as a complete product.
Can I explain why I think that's true?
Go ahead.
I think Parks and Rec had better characters, but I think that The Office had better scenarios.
I think that's probably accurate. Yes. Yeah. Like it's like the Parks and Rec was like a polished version of, you know what I mean, of The Office. Like The Office, like I remember I got the first season of The Office on DVD, and it was very much this like grungy documentary shot, like almost like indie comedy, and then it blew up and became this fucking like crazy thing. So like I loved it from the kind of inception of like this really weird. It was basically the British Office, just fucking because like almost point by point, those first couple episodes are the exact same as the British version.
Yeah. They used Wes. You'll know this like as a camera guy. They didn't use any like professional lighting. They only used the overhead fluorescent lighting. So it's green. It's almost it's got a green hue to it. Steve Carell wasn't in shape. Like he might have had some hair plugs.
Virgin. Yeah, this was pre 40-year-old virgin. All that shit. Like, yeah, dude, it was. I personally love The Office, but I also, in hindsight and having rewatched it again, like I could see where people can hate it. And the late seasons are just they were hanging on. NBC was like, give us more fucking ratings.
And until you get to halfway through the last season, and then
That's
you're
true.
like,
And then it gets perfect.
and then you're like, why didn't you guys? Why? Okay. Then everybody was like, can you just keep doing this forever? Even without Steve Carell, if you just put Jim and Dwight in charge of the fucking Office and let that play out, you've got another 10 years of Emmy fucking award-winning programming.
Like there was a brief Will Ferrell stint.
That was terrible.
That was fucking wild. Like fucking Robert California and all of that was fucking wild. Like that was wild. Yeah, it kind of goes off the rail. Parks and Rec, they polish it up. I think you're right. Way better characters, like characters throughout.
Ron
Whereas
Swanson.
maybe The Office had like 5 people that you actually gave a fuck about. Like you cared about the whole cast of Parks and Rec.
100%.
Like, and they ended it beautifully. It was Parks and Rec is phenomenal.
And if you just want to dive down a rabbit hole, just hit Ron Swanson compilation and just let that play for hours. It's amazing.
I have. I'm familiar with the character, familiar with the show. I've watched a lot of Parks and Rec.
He gives that little girl a landmine, and mom comes in. Just give my daughter a landmine. He's like, well, it's symbolic.
I do enjoy the episode where he's convinced that Aziz shot him. It was actually Leslie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
my favorite Juan Swanson interaction is when they're in like the steak and eggs place. It's like, I'll have all of your steak and eggs. Okay, sir. Hold on. I feel like what you heard was, I'll have a lot of steak and eggs. I want all of your steak and eggs.
he has a fucking line when he's in the fucking... Oh, he's at the strip club, and they have a breakfast buffet. And he, like, immediately beelines over to the breakfast buffet. He's like, yeah, I'm here. I'm really just here for the fucking buffet. He's like, yeah, these really aren't my type of women. He's like, I'm into your strong, silent types. Your Cheryl Swoopses, your Martina Navrachilovas. Like, you fucking like the choices of women. It's just like, what? As he's shoveling fucking scrambled eggs onto a plate. Like, fucking brilliant.
Next up, we're gonna go past the small talk thing. Kombucha.
I have actually had a conversation about kombucha just this past weekend, and then I read the description. What do they call it? Vinegar soda? I don't.
Yeah.
Is that what it is? Have you guys had it?
Yeah, I've had it. I fucking hate it, and I can drink apple cider vinegar out of the bottle.
Oh, okay.
So that puts any perspective on it. But it's like it's a fermented. Usually, like it does get like fizzy and carbonated because of the fermentation, but it's vinegar based. Like they take like the mother of like vinegar basically and ferment different fucking like they'll put fruits in them or like herbs and shit. So it comes out like you'll get like this raspberry mint kombucha and it's just raspberry mint fucking vinegar soda and it's terrible.
Yeah.
Like
So Sarah has the stomach of a 5-year-old who's given birth to triplets because she lived in Chernobyl for the first 5 years of her life. So she has to drink shit like this constantly to calm her stomach.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I've tasted it on occasion.
It's good for the gut
just
health.
enough to, just enough for me to be like, I don't have these problems. I have a fucking steel trap here. Sorry.
I can
sucks.
stop myself from shitting myself, so don't need that. Sorry, Sarah.
I'm gonna have a donut and black coffee.
So ice baths, sauna, and running. So I should just stick to that.
Yeah.
Okay, good. But good to know.
I mean, I don't know. Get like a small 12-ounce bottle or can and give it a whirl. You know, you can do a little bit.
Okay, I was gonna ask, should I drink it for pleasure or like just chug that shit?
Well,
listen,
there is a segment of people that drink it for pleasure, and it boggles my mind.
That's exactly what Alan's hitting on this whole thing. Like people who are like, love it. No, but if you have like a 24-hour stint of the trots, get some kombucha, settle the old guzzle.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pass.
Or just take a shot of fucking apple cider vinegar.
I was gonna say, as soon as you said vinegar, I was like, nah, I'm good. No,
I love vinegar, but I'd hate vinegar soda.
Tolerate vinegar.
Me too.
Oh no, I love it.
Oof.
Big fan.
Actually, had a whole heaping helping of it in a Instapot carnitas.
Like literally, Kelly will like walk in the kitchen sometimes, and I'm just like taking a swig out of apple cider vinegar, and she's like, "You're a fucking animal," and I'm like, "Yeah, I know, it's delicious. I'm regular as fuck, though, boys." So take that for what it's worth.
Alan Brown bags it.
That's one of my big pet peeves with like Thrasher's fries is like no ketchup, just gallons of vinegar. I'm just like,
Yeah, baby.
I mean, ketchup's got vinegar in it, but it's
I want
also
my
got
fucking fries to fall out the bottom of that motherfucker.
the cardboard gives way because it's too saturated in vinegar.
Yeah,
That's great.
I want to have a nice Old Bay shot at the bottom of it, just to kick that back when I'm done.
Maybe drop an oyster in that bad boy, right?
Oh no, that's where I draw the line.
Voluntarily waking up at 5 a.m.
I do. Well, I don't know. It's voluntary.
Volunteer.
I don't choose to wake up at 5. It's just what time my body wakes up.
Yeah, I'm a natural 7 a.m. riser,
Mhm.
but I don't want to be. I'd love to sleep till 10:30 every day. That'd be my fucking God. That's my dream.
Yeah, if I sleep till like 8:39, I think 9's like a feat. Like Kelly will give me like snacks, like a toddler that took a good nap. Like she's like, "Look at you, good job." And I'm like, "Yeah, I know, right? This is great. Like, it's fucking wild, man. You know how late it is?
My wife gives me snacks when I sleep in late. God,
I don't ever sleep in late, bro.
she gives me 2 graham crackers and a shot of apple cider vinegar.
That's pretty good, actually.
I don't know anything about this. Perhaps you guys can school me. League of Legends.
Nope.
I've never encountered a more toxic fandom.
Yeah.
There's no way those people are actually having fun.
Yeah, I'd agree.
I've seen. Okay, so William plays Roblox, and I don't know if he's playing Roblox for the game or if he's playing it for the chat. But I know that we've had meltdowns over the chat, and so like if I'm just extrapolating like what you're saying about this, like there are some super nerds out there. You know what? I would say equate it to like your blackjack nerds. Like you're not playing the cards right.
Yeah.
Like, and it just becomes like, oh, then I'm just not going to participate in this.
Yeah.
So I just don't. I don't know anything about this.
I mean, I know about it. I don't play it.
Okay.
I like girls and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, this is the fucking deep nerddom. This is like, you know, the guy that fucking wears the socks and sandals to play Warhammer at the game store on Sunday morning.
I was gonna say, is it like Elder Scrolls or Elden Scrolls or something like that? Is that thing?
Play some Elder Scrolls, but no. So no, League of Legends is like a team-based. I've never played it, so I don't really know the ins and outs of it. But from what I've picked up on, like watching YouTube videos from before, is like it's a team-based fucking like strategy like battle game. And the point is like your team needs to like it's basically like a capture the flag. Like there's a thing called a nexus, and you have to fucking basically destroy that. Like the aim is to destroy the other team's fucking nexus, and you do it by strategy. Like, and I'm pretty sure it's turn based, so you can't just like run freely around and fight. Like you have to wait. You know what I mean? You have to strategically move your pieces and do all this shit. But yeah, they get fucking angry.
Yeah.
And they like, I mean, but also there's professionals that get paid millions of dollars to do the shit. Like it's wild.
Well, the reason I brought up the Elder Scrolls or whatever the fuck it's called, like, apparently no one's ever beaten the game, and apparently some guy just did recently.
Oh, which one? I wonder.
And apparently it was like a 48-hour fight. Like, dude.
Oh, you're probably talking about fucking.
It's whatever Elon.
It was an Elden Ring.
Yeah, whatever Elon plays. Elon Musk apparently.
Oh, he seems like an Elden Ring kind of guy.
Well, he's like one of the like he won't tell anybody his name on there, but like he's like apparently like one of the top 5 on there, and he's like, I've never beaten the game. I bet there's a code that I could use, but I just don't have the time to say. Because he was explaining, and I remember in a podcast he was explaining like how he doesn't have the time. He could probably beat it, but he doesn't have the time to do so. And then when I learned that this guy sat at his computer for 48 hours fighting the final boss,
yeah,
I was like, it takes you 2 like days,
human days, 2 Earth days, yeah.
2 trips around the fucking sun, not around the sun, 2 fucking rotations to fucking beat this thing. No, I mean, I remember I played Metroid Dread like 2 years ago and beat it, and it like the last boss takes you like probably a minimum of like 20 minutes, like perfect try. Like that was too long for me. 2 fucking days.
Yeah. No, you're talking about Elden Ring, is what I would assume. I have not played that game either. I don't play. That's just not my genre of game. They're kind of like horror, like RPGs, role playing games. But yeah, I don't. And I've heard nightmare stories. Oh, menopause supplements on the Elden Ring. I was looking at Elden Ring. Anyway, if you guys need menopause supplements, look up Elden Ring.
Well, Jesus, you could start out as a fucking 28-year-old woman. By the time you fucking finish the game, you will be going through menopause.
Yeah. Yes. No, I've heard that they're boss battles for fucking hours.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, so
it's
fuck that.
No, I don't. Yeah, I don't fuck with those games.
We got 3 more to get through before we get to Fun Fact Friday. This one, listen, we rely on this for interaction with our audience. TikTok, I'm 29 and simply don't get it. That was a quote.
What's not to get? Look, I have found I did not want to be on TikTok. I didn't want it on my phone. I didn't want the Chinese government spying on me. And then when we finally came to a consensus, we need TikTok for the show, I was like, fine. I am addicted to TikTok. I mean, I'm almost a 45-year-old man, and I know how to set limits for myself, but I do find myself fucking flip scrolling. There's some great shit on there. It's
Yeah, man.
it's YouTube roulette. That's what TikTok is, and it's the best of YouTube, and you never know what you're gonna get next. Might be a chick dancing in a mini skirt. It might be a couple of kids touching a live power line, getting blown the fuck up.
Yeah.
It could
Might be a giant pig blasting through a fence, hitting that little kid on the other side of the fence.
Yeah, it could be anything. It could be some asshole fucking being interrogated by a cop for why they're recording in the first place. It's everything and anything. And if you don't get it, then you don't get the world.
Yeah, we'll leave it at that. Next, gender reveal parties. Hate them. We all agree. Jury's out. We don't need 34 separate charges to figure out that these things suck. They suck.
I just like that the woman that wrote that cleans up after them apparently. And Wes, I saw a great gender reveal. I wish I had sent it to you. The gender reveal dust goes off, but it goes off specifically in one direction, and just one woman catches it all right in the fucking face.
Ooh, gets us a
she looked
facial.
She looked like Papa Smurf had a fucking orgy in her mouth.
the best antiquing that ever happened.
Yes.
Lastly, Twitter/X. I absolutely agree. Twitter has become a cesspool of outrage. Can't imagine anyone actually enjoying it. It's more community water cooler where everyone goes to publicly rage about something.
Essentially,
I mean,
they're not wrong, but that's why I go there.
Right.
I just go there to see what's trending. Oh, this would generally be before we go. If it wasn't for Twitter, I would not have immediately found out that Angel Hernandez was gone. And then I used the rage feature that is Twitter/X and just went on a fucking trending Angel Hernandez fucking just rabbit hole, just watching terrible fucking call after terrible.
Strike!
God, almighty, that guy was so fucking bad. And as a representative of the middle class souls, I think I commented 50 times on separate posts, just like Angel Hernandez, make a Memorial Day all about himself.
I like it. Adios, Angel. We appreciate your service.
we hardly knew ye. Fucking ridiculous.
All right, Murr. There's facts, and sometimes they're amazing. And when you put them together, we get something special.
That's right.
Let's hear it.
Well, sometimes you're just like, OMG. Facts!
Jesus Christ.
Let's get you motherfuckers all knowledged up here with a little bit of Fun Fact Friday, brought to you, of course, by our great friend, the Cuckster. You can find the Cuckster on Instagram, Cuckster4Life, the number 4, Cuckster4Life. I did that wrong, but you get the point. So, Cuckster is on his North American tour currently. Wesley, where is the Cuckster next?
I think the Cuckster is still residing in Binghamton, New York. There will be a pit stop soon thereafter, but the Cuckster also was asked a very valuable question recently: if he found cucking, or did cucking find the Cuckster? He breaks down that in a very philosophical, very detailed, granular manner that makes sense to most, but doesn't make sense to a lot of people.
You can find the Cuckster on Instagram, Cuckster4Life. Let's get to it. Your Fun Fact Friday. OMG! Facts! Did you know? At the turn of the 20th century, boys were dressed in pink and girls were dressed in blue.
Wow, 1900. Well, I do. So one, I didn't know that, but I have seen photos of my grandfather, born in the 20s, in like dresses, as a child, as a baby. And that was normal.
Well, I think that was in the 20s. I mean, that's probably more Great Depression. Like, we've got fabric. Put that baby in some fabric.
I asked my mom this and said that her and her sister said no, little boys were put in dresses.
Yeah.
That was the
Dude, fucking-
the norm.
Our founding fathers wore heels and wigs and tights. Like,
That's a good point.
men wore fucking lady clothes, or what we call lady clothes today, in not that long ago.
Yeah, they wore
Were those heels comfortable?
Last 300 years. No, definitely not.
Maybe that's why they were such dicks.
Yeah,
but I did not.
That guy's put corsets on and shit, and they're trying to look fucking svelte, but they weren't.
I do want to know where the color change came from. I mean, again, I can get past like the styling of clothing and all that, and because styles just change. Period. I mean, maybe you want boys in dresses because like they're gonna be out there running more. You don't. Why hamper their legs with like this cloth that like basically ties them together? Like, yeah, let them get out there. Let boys be boys. But the color pattern, that does seem odd. That pink became synonymous with
Feminine.
girls and
Yeah. Blue became masculine. Yeah, that'd be interesting. Yeah, I wonder if they just maybe it had to do with M&M colors. Well, blue didn't become a color until the 90s, right?
Yeah, I
think R-Perot may have had something to do with that. But.
Early 90s too, because there was a hotline number you could call. And of
You've told us about
all
this.
the color choices, I really wanted blue, and I sat in my basement and fucking dialed over and over again. Hit that goddamn button. But you mentioned the wigs, by the way. Do you know why they were literally called the big wigs? Like, do you know why they wore the wigs?
Wasn't it hygienic based? Like, weren't they gross?
Sort of. It was mostly because of syphilis. Syphilis makes your hair fall out.
Wow, yeah.
And then once the upper echelon started wearing these wigs to cover their fucking head deformities, they were like, "Wow, I need the best wig there ever was," and they started fucking getting all.
Well, then they started talking, and the gig was up. There were ramblings of a decrepit mind.
Dude, they're fucking fate. Have you ever seen like extreme syphilis?
No, but I've read some pretty provocative shit about Al Capone. How he was more or less had the brain of like a 8-year-old by the time he was calling it quits.
Yeah, well, not just that, but like you'll get fucking like fissures in your skin and fucking holes in your face and shit. Yeah. It's good.
You eventually lose your fucking mind too.
Yeah.
Which is the worst part of it, I think.
Yeah.
Depends. Did you know the Boston University Bridge is the only spot in America where a boat can sail under a train, driving under a car, driving under an airplane?
I did not know that.
BU Bridge. Yeah. It's like the Big Mac of America. And to all beef patties train automobile under a airliner with special sauce and sesame seeds.
Well, what's great, and I don't know if you know this, right of way is established by basically when the thing was established. So like a boat can stop traffic because a boat was here before cars were here. People stop cars because people were here before cars were here. Blah blah, and down the line. So whichever one was invented before the other one has the right of way to the other one.
And a train has a right of way because it would just fucking mow a car over.
Pretty much, yeah. There's that too. When trains were here before cars.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Nah.
It's just speaking of which, make a note of this, Murr, on a they'll never make it. The idea is a cop, similar to your situation in Oklahoma, good old boy pulls over someone and then asks him what he was doing. He's like, I was just following the right of way. What do you mean the right way? I know the right way to drive. The hell are you talking about?
There's a whole movie in this?
Well, no, just a single scene. That right there.
Okay.
Bookmark that. Put that in your psyche.
Right away.
Jot it down as a note.
Right away.
The right way.
Right away. Did you know? If you walk and talk with someone, eventually you will synchronize your steps with each other.
Even when you're on a hike, on a first date?
I would like to try this with Shaquille O'Neal.
Daddy, yeah. I was, I was playing basketball at LSU, and I was drafted by the Orlando Magic, and, Merle, why are you walking all wide? Why are you walking wide?
No, but I
Can
mean,
I put out a rap album?
I wonder if he like his steps are longer but slower, whereas mine are like quicker. But you know what I mean? Would our footsteps
Yeah.
line up? Because I'm technically not a dwarf. I'm 5'6", and what's Shaq like? Fucking 6'7",
7'1", 7'1.5", yeah.
Like that.
Christ. There's a he sponsors everything, and I have to go into Staples like at least once, maybe twice a week to like pick up packages and shit. And they have a life-size cardboard cutout of Shaquille O'Neal, like selling printer ink or something. And I'm just like, Jesus Christ, man! Like, I'm the same species. It's just like Doberman or Rottweiler versus Chihuahua. Like, we're the same thing, but we're not. It's wild, dude.
Yeah, but hey, look, if you were to walk and talk with Shaq,
That's what I'm
synchronize your
saying.
steps.
Would that still work? I don't know. I'd like to challenge science to this one. Okay.
Well, but I mean, if we can't get Shaq, do you think we can find a 7-foot center at maybe the University of Delaware campus, or?
We'll call this research right of way. Did you know? Researchers found that imagining doing exercises actually increases muscle strength. This is where Alan has a leg up on us.
It's true.
Imagining doing exercises, and Christ, I guess
Man.
mind over matter.
Well, there was a study back when I was in college, so it's like 2003, and they had a group of people like only practice basketball, like shooting, just free throws. They had another one just imagine doing free throws, and then they had another sect where they did both. Obviously, the one that did both hit the most, but apparently the ones that imagined making free throws did better than the ones that actually just practiced doing free throws. That was the amazing part of the study.
So, phys ed classes down the road, they should just think about doing good things. Okay, look, guys, we're not going to climb the rope. We're not going to shimmy up. We're not going to do chin ups, jump over the sawhorses or anything like that. We're just going to think about it.
It makes me wonder, like, okay, like virtual training. Like if you did like a lot of VR stuff, would you be able to accomplish the task once you got it in hand? Or is the hands-on training the most important part? I don't know. Like, I noticed Alan didn't comment on this video that I sent you guys from TikTok with the guy with the fucking
I might have missed it.
the Neuralink in his head. Like,
I missed it.
oh, you missed it. How convenient.
Oh no, I would have.
I send a video of something that Elon Musk made that works, and Alan just happens to not watch that one.
What did it work doing?
Wes, did you watch it?
No.
Fuck me in the pussy, I swear to God.
Hey, you gotta fucking announce that kind of shit, man.
I sent it anyway, so it's the guy who got the Neuralink, and I guess he's being interviewed by somebody, and they have his screen up, and he's just like, well, how you doing that? And he's like, I'm just looking at the screen. I'm just thinking about what I want to do, and it's just doing it. And so I'm wondering if in the future, like, that's going to be all job training is we want you to imagine how you would do the job, and we're going to watch and see how it works out.
I have to check it out. Can you resend it?
Sure I can. Sure.
Well, I want to see it. I'm amenable to changing my opinion.
Well, again, for me, it was a laughable moment because I was just like, oh, look, here's something Elon made that works.
And it works.
And it works. And it is amazing. I mean, this guy's a quadriplegic, and he's just like, and he's a young guy. He's like in his mid-20s, and he's just, and it's showing his screen, and he's, like that little fucking like X that closes out like a window, one window on your screen. Like, they're like, are you looking at it? He's like, no, I'm not looking at it. I'm just thinking like, I want to close the screen. And that's where you close the screen. so the cursor goes directly where he wants it to go. He's like,
Yeah.
it's weird. He's like, I can't explain it. It just works.
It just does.
It just does
That's
it.
cool.
And that's really fucking cool. And it does make me wonder if, like, okay, so if I run in the morning and then I think about doing, like, I don't know, chest presses in the night, like, am I getting a little bit of chest press? Like, is it,
Definitely.
you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right.
100%.
This is petered out. Let's go on.
I'm sending my woman into 26 orgasms. Back to back to back to back.
I think
back.
I think she has to imagine it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But my wife hates
Fair
fantasy, so let's get to the last one here. Did you know the Mall of America, located in Minnesota, is about the size of 78 football fields?
Oof. 78. I've been there once. I can tell you, I covered most of it. And I would concur that it's big. It's a big mall. And actually, I still own a piece of it's something that I bought there that day. Now, mind you, I was teaching high school, so I wasn't setting the world on fire. But of all the places I happened to stop in, I went to a Marshall's, and I found a Ralph Lauren sports coat that has the leather elbow patches. Still own that puppy.
Look at you.
Nice.
78
Yeah.
football fields, though, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, Christ, they did a Monday Nitro there, the first one, and then probably 3 or 4 after that.
Wow. Well, that's a big fucking arena if you fill it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't the conventional.
Yeah, I know.
You know,
I know. It was like the
audience setup, because a lot of times what you get is they were people going up the escalators, not knowing that there was a professional. Ric Flair was wrestling Sting, and like, wait, whoa, oh shit, ooh, and then they're gone, things like that. So
Bill, I think there's
Yeah.
a sale on tights. We should go back.
yeah, so when I went there with my mom, and we split up, and we're like, hey, we'll meet back at the food court in like 2 or 3 hours, and there was a
3
point about
days.
an hour. It was about an hour. Part where I was about an hour in. I was like, fuck, I don't know if I'm gonna get back there. So yeah.
That's a lot of fucking keychain and cell phone screens and stands for 78 football fields. I mean, what could they possibly fill? Well, it is Minnesota, so I guess they still. But what do you fill a mall with in 2024?
I know. Yeah, that's really the question.
It's a lot of
At
real
one
estate.
point-
Yeah, because
like
this
that.
was 2007. So yeah.
Again, on TikTok, like occasionally they'll have like these videos, and it was like The Mall. That's all it was titled. The Mall, 1994 Christmas. And I was like, dude, you want to talk about like just a nostalgic blast into my fucking frontal cortex. Like that was like, whoa. Like I was transported back to that time. Like malls are so sad now. But this was like, oh, this is when like this was a social event. We're going to the mall. We're going to look for stuff that you can't get anywhere else. It doesn't exist anywhere else. It's only in this one building. And dude, we've grown up in fucking strange times, man. And that is your Fun Fact
Yeah.
Friday, by the way.
Yeah.
It's all strange. Speaking of strange times, tonight on Before You Go, and Murr, I know you're just champing at the bit. I know you're just ready to fucking karate chop. You're ready to karate strike your way into the first comment. It's like Seoul and London. Don't know why it comes out of there, but by the way, I'm not reading from the Barstool Sports link that I sent you all. But as it reads, North Korea sends balloons full of manure and trash over to the border of South Korea. Around 280 air balloons carrying bags of manure trash have been spotted across South Korea on Wednesday after they were sent over the border from North Korea, according to South Korea's Joint Chiefs of Staff. The incident reportedly stems from an incident on Sunday when North Korea criticized civic groups in Seoul for sending propaganda leaflets across the border first and subsequently threatening to send filth balloons back to South Korea as a countermeasure. So our old Kim Jong-un says, let's get balloons. Let's fill these up with trash and poop. Let's get them airborne, put them down to our neighbors.
Dude.
Your hot take.
My hot take is this is the greatest military strategy I feel like I've heard of in the fucking like 21st fucking century. Like Is the international community gonna fucking condemn you for fucking sending bags of poop on balloons? No, that's the least of anyone's worries. It's the most annoying fucking thing you could do to a community of people without being bombed with conventional warfare. I give Kim Jong-un a fucking salute for his fucking military prowess on this. And if I was the president of South Korea, I get my number 2 right on this. Because this is a load of crap. And this shit has got to stop.
Yeah, this is quite shitty of North Korea. I think this is like the ultimate prankster games played at the highest level you can imagine. And can you think of like, you're like, oh, and I'm not going to impersonate, but like, all right, what do we do? They sent these leaflets over. It's propaganda. They're trying to tell our people to defect. People are defecting. What do we do? You got an idea? Yeah, well, we should do it. No good. You? Well, maybe this. What about you? I was thinking balloons full of shit. Go on. Yeah, and we just send them over the border and we pollute them with shit. Like, I like him. I like him. What are you? A private. You're a general now. You're general shit. Send the fuckers in there. And
General caca.
This is it. Yeah. Again, this is like Beavis and Butthead meets like
meets geopolitical warfare.
Yeah, it's so good.
I love it. I love that because everything you just said. I love that there was a cabinet meeting and that this was a decision made at the highest fucking level of a nuclear power. Send them bags of flaming poop and balloons. Alan, I need your take on this.
I mean, I don't. It's hard to argue with your take on that. I think send the poop balloons, man. Get them out there. Cover the skies. I mean, fuck it.
It's like what, like were there mustard bombs in World War II or something like that?
Mustard gas in World War I.
Mustard gas in World War One. Yeah. You know, I do also like at the very last of this. It says a nationwide warning was sent in South Korea, which issued shortly after the retaliation from the North, informing citizens to stay away from unidentified balloon remains if they were to come across any. Wait a minute, what is this? Oh, poop! I stepped on it.
Where do you work? I work at the Shitty Walk. I know. I'm trying to be good here.
That's good.
That's good. No, but like I was trying to. Well, I mean, if you think back in the day, I mean. The medieval times, they would send like a dead, rotting, bloated cow like off on a fucking catapult because they knew that it was filled with fucking disease and there was no medicines. They might fucking like I don't know, drop a fucking like rat into the water supply, you know, fucking poison everybody. Like, this is just annoying. Like, there's all sorts of antibiotics. Nobody's gonna get dysentery from a fucking balloon from North Korea. But that's like you're walking through and you've got fucking like North Korean shit just fucking falling from the sky. Nobody's gonna, like I said, nobody's gonna take this attack, quote unquote attack, seriously enough to do anything. But at least if we've gotten to the point where Kim Jong-un's not talking about fucking launching a fucking rocket filled with fucking atom splitting fucking plutonium, then I think this is a good place to be. If all wars were fought like this, they'd be on Comedy Central, and we would all be giggling about it.
Very good. Do you want to arm our soldiers with guns and weapons and ammunition and tanks and Humvees? No. Feed them. Then make them pull their pants down and poop into the balloons. And then we're going to send them up into our neighbor's house.
It just makes me wonder where they're getting all this helium from. I mean, like, North Korea ain't exactly like, they don't got cash. By the way, I learned this about North Korea after like studying this story is the North Koreans, like part of like their quote unquote tax is they have to send their poop to the government to fertilize their fields because they got nothing. They ain't got they ain't got shit.
They ain't got shit.
Yeah. And so this is actually like crippling them agriculturally in some capacity to be able to pull this off.
Wow. They're biting their nose off to spite their face.
Yes.
That's wild.
Yeah.
That's wild. I didn't know. That's so they have to donate a certain percentage of their poop for agricultural resources.
And
Because they're so limited.
And it's a big deal.
Which that's listen, it's a smaller country, but that's not a bad idea. I'm not saying we need to do that in America. We don't have to do that.
Not yet.
But dire needs, well, the dire needs. Christ, I wonder how the logistics of that might be crazy. Alan, you can sympathize. You understand the world of project management. Can you imagine a 180-ton poop donation that has to come in via your citizens?
Nope. I sell that. I close that deal and hand it to a project manager and say, "Good luck."
That's right. The risk register would be fucking 8 pages long.
Do not let me know if I can help you. I'm done.
Okay. And again, I don't want to make the poop balloons depressing or anything, but they're so malnourished that a lot of people can't donate enough poop in a year to fucking pay their poop tax.
Oof.
So
Damn.
this is a heavy toll being taken on the North Koreans just for a whimsical joke in America.
The citizens can't meet their poop quota?
Yes.
Wow. Oh my God.
It's rough.
I'd like to know what that is. Because I'd like to know if I could.
Quota is? You mean?
Yeah, I don't know. Can we a Goodwill? Can we donate poop in North Korea?
I mean,
I think that would.
yeah,
I think you go on a list. I don't think you're allowed to do that.
no, yeah, I
Fuck.
guess that's technically trees.
It's Uncle Sam fucking could open the box. See what I'm sending to him.
For being technical about things.
I don't know if this is funny or if you're a traitor.
Yeah.
It's for the crops, man. I don't know. I said it last week. Don't forget the Korean War. All right.
But no, when I saw this story, this is the greatest part of my day. It's just, again, unconventional warfare is amazing. It's just, when you think outside the box and you're victorious, man, I mean, well done. The most depressing thing that I'm seeing on TikTok is the fucking, look, I'm not saying that they don't deserve it, but, seeing these Ukrainian drones, blowing up Russian soldiers. Have you seen these?
No.
Oh, my God. They're the standard, okay, you know how, when we, want to...
Yeah.
We want a cinematic shot of a bridge, and we get one of these fucking 4 propeller drones out with a fucking HD camera on the front. Well, the Ukrainians have these, but they have fucking explosives attached to the fucking drone. And it's these poor Russian guys. I say poor, they started it, but whatever. But it's these Russian soldiers, and they see the drone, and they're like, fuck! They can't get away from it, obviously. And they just kamikaze the drone into the person. But you see it happen in fucking HD fucking real time. And you just watch a dude fucking lose half his body just in real time.
Jesus.
On
This is on your TikTok?
Yes.
All
And
right.
though we all share the same account, I've just learned recently that it doesn't matter. It's all personalized by device.
Yeah. I was gonna say I think it has to go with the where it's pinging on the device. Well, send one of those to me. I would like to see that.
Okay.
Along with what was it? This guy who's got Neuralinked or something.
Okay, I'll send
We got a
that.
few things to catch up on.
I'll also
All
send you some women doing turns in see-through milkmaid dresses.
It's beautiful with Nike Air Maxes on.
That's right.
It's all right. This beer just went everywhere. God damn it. Alan,
That 9%er really comes back to haunt you.
tell all the people who like to play with fecal matter in a warlike manner where you can find the middle class holes.
Well, if you're into that sort of thing, find us at www.pornhub.com. No, please check us out for all your social media pleasures at MDL Class Holes on Instagram and Twitter, or the Middle Class Holes on Facebook and TikTok and YouTubes and all that fun stuff. And for your listening pleasures, please check us out: Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Tickle our tummies at gmail.com if you want to fucking use whatever that is. Just fucking send us some stuff on Google Drive or whatever. I don't know. Share fake porn ads.
Like you're just saying words now, Alan.
Yeah. Send us a poop balloon.
Yeah, send us a poop balloon. Hey, we'll be into it.
God, I'd fucking love one.
I'm cool.
Listener comments this week: breaking the string of masculinity via YouTube. This is where we talk. I'm trying to. The context of this is knowing a creep. You know what I mean? Like trying to tell someone, like, "Yo, you're being fucking creepy." Queasel 4277 writes, "And the friend of a creep is a creep by association."
Yeah.
It's basically saying we're creeps as well.
Okay.
I don't think that's true.
I don't. Yeah.
No, I don't agree with it, but it's a listener comment. It's provoking.
Yeah. That's cool, I guess.
And Wes, you're the creepiest.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So creepy.
But then again, I guess I'm a creep by association.
True.
How the hell am I the creepiest? Fuck that. Fuck you, Queasel. Clarissa explains her big boy. First of all, the next couple are from fucking like almost a year ago. Clarissa explains her big boy feelings on YouTube. Rob
Gronkowski.
974 Run writes, this is actually, I like this. Childlike Empress from the Never Ending Story when I was about 8 years old.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I get that.
All right. Yeah.
I mean, I get that from my 8-year-old eyes. Yeah, It's
Yes.
kind of
Yeah,
like.
yeah.
Was it? What did Tim Allen used to do on?
Yeah, I think that's inappropriate as well.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
Yeah, I mean, sounds like it.
So I don't remember this video. I didn't have enough time to go back. My breast grew back. It's a YouTube video. Do you remember about this? Like someone lose their breast and they got a breast reduction and they grew back.
Oh, damn.
That sounds more like something we would chat about, like where they got the tit meat removed and then all of a sudden they got new tit meat accidentally.
I didn't get a chance to watch the video. But Susie SHQ9UG writes, okay, yup, watching them grow back every week until they grew by 2 cups is definitely satisfying. I went with what I commented about after the first 20 days or so, and I went up 1 cup. I simply Googled Mika Klopsworth's breast guide, and now they're fuller and firmer than I ever expected.
I think this is an ad, a chat bot that's like, oh, I grew bigger titties. What? You can.
Oh, was that what? I was like, maybe sounds kind of encrypted. Maybe my creep friends can figure this out.
I'm pretty sure if it's the video I'm thinking of, that's from like 4 years ago, and it's some chick who got had like triple XD titties and like got them fucking reduced, and then they grew back, and she was like,
right.
What do I do with my back problems? And this chick's like, I can grow you 2 cup sizes tomorrow with some apple cider vinegar and some Thrasher's French fries.
Like it.
All you have to do is play Pickle Time on Alan's phone.
Sipping kombucha the entire time.
Pickle Pete.
So the next come from actor Terrence Howard, one from YouTube, one from TikTok. Kells369 writes, reminds me of a Bible verse. I know this is right up our alley here. In my father's house are many mansions. Maybe Terrence isn't crazy. Maybe he really found a divine source of his knowledge. We judge him because he's come up with a new framework for solving math and physics.
Okay.
Question mark. Okay. So we'll just leave it at that.
I'm not opposed to finding a realm that is not easily tapped into by the conscious mind. I'm okay with that. But the claim that you solved all of science because you were led into a ayahuasca enhanced mansion. I don't know.
Met by the gatekeeper or the key master from was it
Ghostbusters?
No, I was gonna say Matrix Reloaded.
Oh, jeez, yeah, the good one. But I don't want to shit on Terrence Howard yet because I've also seen people shitting on Terrence Howard. I've seen the quote unquote scientists refuting his, but they're doing it in that ultra dickish way. Like, Oh, Mr. Howard thinks he's found something, doesn't he? Let me just tell you why this is stupid. I'm like, okay.
Well, that gets me to my next comment on TikTok. Calm McCool writes, seen enough stitches from actual doctors that shut down all of Howard's points. He's still not over being kicked out of Marvel.
I can totally see how he did not get invited back to play in any Marvel games, because I could only imagine what the food trucks, like between takes, were like. Hey, Tony, listen, I know you got the arc reactor in your chest, but I designed an arc reactor myself, and I wouldn't use palladiums. You see, what I would use is I would use copper. Why? Because copper is the exact opposite of lithium. And if you attach lithium to copper, you get uranium. You know what uranium is? It's a nuclear power. Your arc reactor would then act like an arc reactor for 145,000 years. Do you understand what I'm saying? No, I don't, fucking Terrence. Can you fucking move on, please?
My name's not Tony, it's Robert. Come on.
Sorry, Bob.
Jesus Christ.
All right. Those are all the listener comments we have for tonight. Thank you, folks, for commenting. Thank you all for listening in. Don't have any parting words other than, just, fucking you be you. Hang tight. Stay cool.
Yeah.
We got Juneteenth coming up. Federal holiday. Should be a good time. Middle of the week. And, keep on keeping on, man. Love you. Good. Just want to say I appreciate everyone's ear.
All right, Terrence. Thank you.
Just ask Miss Smith, give me a big old glass of beer. 'Cause I get drunk most every day. I always seem to find myself late. Might be on as fuck, I'm still riding like a pup. I fell down, but my dick's still up. Well, sometimes I may need a hand when I'm just too drunk to stand. I don't need your sympathy, keep your judgment too. 'Cause you just give it a little pull, and my dick's strong like bull, ready to satisfy my woman whole night through. I get drunk most every day. Everyone knows Scooter is a gay. Might be on his fuck,